Hi, my name is Chris O'Hara, and I am a Denis Wick performing artist and clinician trumpet player. Today, we're going to talk about how to get started with a great sound on trumpet. Now, before we can even think about playing on the trumpet, we have to make sure that we are solid on our mouthpieces. So, luckily for me, I have my Denis Wick Maurice Murphy 3C mouthpiece, which helps me to get a big, fat, awesome, beautiful sound. But before we can even do that, as a wind player, all great sound begins with the breath. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about making sure that we get a great breath. The most important part of this process is just to make sure that you are relaxed. If there's tension, if you're tight, if your shoulders are going up when you breathe, all of those things are going to hurt the breath in, and that will make your sound a little less than it could be. So we're going to make sure that we're staying relaxed, and we're going to do a quick little monitoring system. So you're going to take your hand, you're going to tuck your thumb in, and we're going to put that in front of our mouth. Now when you breathe like that, you're going to hear a specific sound. It should sound something like this. That deep, low sound is what we're looking for. So when you take this breath, you want to make sure that you don't hear a very high sound. You want to make sure that you don't hear a stuttering sound. So we don't want it to be a high pitch like this, or a stuttering sound like this. We want our breath to be smooth and relaxed in with that nice low sound. So something like this. Now, once we have that inhale taken care of, we want to make sure that our exhale is excellent as well. So we're going to then blow directly into the palm of our hand. So we'll breathe in and then breathe out. It should sound and look like this. So after you do a couple of those, then the next step, since you have your breath really working for you, is we want to make sure that our face is ready to go. So we're going to do 3 silly sounds. Everything that we do on brass instruments basically boils down to making silly sounds, so we're not even going to hide it. We're just going to make some silly sounds. The first silly sound that we're going to make is the horse sound. So you're going to take that deep, relaxed breath that we were just working with, and then you're going to let it out, but you're going to let your cheeks and your lips and everything just flap around. So something like this. And just letting everything go. And again. So from there, the next step, the next silly sound we're going to do is a motorboat sound. So it's very similar to the horse, but a little bit more focused. And that'll sound like this. You want to do each one of these for about the length of a breath. And again. Now the last silly sound that we're going to make is the seed. I know seeds don't make a sound, but you want to think of the idea of like if you were spitting out a watermelon seed or a sunflower seed. And it might sound like this. And then like you got a whole mouthful of seeds. And then from there, the only thing we're going to do is we're going to take our mouthpiece, we're going to get ourselves set, and we're going to make that exact same sound, that spitting out the seeds. And that's going to give us a nice, open, big sound. The last thing we're going to talk about is what happens if you're feeling too unfocused. We need to make sure that we are focused. If our lips don't touch when we go to buzz, they're not going to vibrate. So we need to make sure that everything is focused. And a great way to do that, to work with that, is to use a little straw. Now this straw comes from a Capri Sun drink, which my kids love, so I happen to have a few of these laying around. So you're going to take a deep, relaxed breath, and instead of just blowing it out, you're going to blow through the straw. This idea keeps everything focused exactly the same way you would want it when you play trumpet. After doing that a couple of times, you can take this straw and it will fit right down the mouthpiece. So now, since the straw is still sticking out from the mouthpiece, you're still not going to be buzzing because your lips won't touch because they're going to be around the straw, but you get everything working the way you want it to. And when you get that working exactly the way you want, all you have to do then is start blowing and then pull out the straw. And now you're making sound. So there's some great tricks to help you to get started and to start making beautiful sounds on the trumpet.